Hey beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Grace Gigi. Today I'm going to be talking about how impulsive buying or impulsive spending almost ruined my life. Well, not to sound too deep, I won't say my life per se, before Nigerians will say, God forbid, not ruin your life. What I'm trying to say is almost ruin my finances. If you're an impulsive spender, you might want to stay tuned for this video. A lot of us are impulsive spenders, impulsive buyers. According to Wikipedia, an impulse purchase or impulse buying is an unplanned decision to buy a product or service made just before a purchase. One who tends to make such purchases is referred to as an impulsive purchaser or an impulsive buyer. My family members. I used to be an impulsive spender. I used to be an impulsive buyer. Yes, I'm going to share tips on how I curb the habit, but I'm also not going to deceive you people and say, oh yes, I have it all figured out. I no longer buy on impulse. It's not true. I will even lie to you. Once in a while, I still buy things on impulse, but it's not as bad. I'm still a work in progress. Talking about impulsive spending, I realized that I used to buy things that I didn't plan for. I used to buy things that I had no business buying. I used to buy things that didn't even make any sense. Items I don't even need, like no immediate need for, I would just find myself buying. And I'll be telling myself, it's not that bad, I'll need it one day. But I also realized that I used to buy things when I'm in a mood, when I'm feeling some type of way, or when I feel I need to reward myself. So those were some of the reasons why I used to buy things on impulse. And you can also call it emotional buying. But the thing is, it used to set me off my financial goals, if I had any at the time. So you know how you're just minding your business, walking down the road, and then you turn, you just see one store, and on their window, sales 50% off or 30% off. And you're just looking at yourself like, wow, not bad. That was me. I'll just be minding my business, so emphasis on minding my business, and I'll see a store 50% off, 30% off, 80% off, and I'll be like, sales, they're talking to me. I'll walk in and I'll buy things that I have no business buying. I will buy things that I didn't plan for, or cases where you're just scrolling on your phone and you're on Instagram, you just be seeing pretty items. Oh, this top 5K, not bad, maybe I should just buy it. On the person's page, you're scrolling through and you're seeing this earring 2K, they're expensive. This skirt, okay, maybe I should just buy. I'll tell myself, okay, let me just round it up, 10K, I won't pass 10K, I'll now buy. Then delivery will be like maybe 1K or 1.5. That is almost 12K gone. 12K I did not budget for, 12K that I did not set aside for what I have now used it for. And I'm feeling all good with myself. Meanwhile, my account balance is crying. To be honest, it wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy at all. In the long run, I won't even use them. I would just have them, just that moment, that thrill of, oh yes, I bought something, and it was telling on my bank account. At the time, I wasn't really paying attention until one day I needed to do something. The transaction wasn't going. I said, let me quickly check my bank app, and I saw 385 naira. I kid you not. I remember, because I was in shock. So not only was I buying things on impulse, I wasn't even keeping track of my expenses. Now that is a very, very dangerous path to toe. Heaven forbid, what if there was an emergency, or someone needed help urgently, or I needed to do something very pressing? That's how I'll bounce with my chest, feeling like, yeah, yes, I have money. I'll get to the place or whatever it is, Buying nothing. My account will be shining teeth. I'm telling me, hi, this is your 385 naira. Remember me? I'm your account balance. You know, it's us. I wasn't taking stock of my finances. I wasn't keeping track, and I was spending money on things that I did not need. Things that I wanted, yes, but things I did not need, which was setting me back financially. And for me, it wasn't just about buying clothes or shoes or accessories. Sometimes I would just sit down and be like, I feel like taking myself out to eat, or I feel like going to see a movie. Something I didn't plan for. It was just a spur of the moment decision. It was a terrible period. I remember one time when my cousin and I were coming back from work, and I put some things that I bought in her bag, and she was so upset. Her annoyance was always spending, and we're working in the same place, so we knew how much we were earning. And she's very prudent. Amaka, shout out to you. As in, I doff my hat off for you. She's very prudent. She has a budget list. She doesn't spend anyhow. So and now I understand where she was coming from, and I know it's from a good place. But then we even got into a fight. I was like, is it your spending? Is it your money? But she on the outside had seen my spending habits, and she was concerned. So she was coming to me from that angle of, see, sis, you can't be doing this. And this, my cousin I'm talking about, we're in the same age group. So imagine she having her finances all sorted out, while me, I'm just there as if no, the money is is running like this. So it was a very crazy period. Now, to worsen situations, you know how there's places that you shop from and you built a relationship with you and these vendors, or you and these businesses, call yourself sis. All I'll say is be very careful, because that trust has been built and you're now a customer. Take items that need to be, sis, end of the month, or I'll pay you when I have. And she'll be like, oh no, it's fine. You see that habit? Very, very dangerous, because it will just make you very comfortable. You will grow robust in debt. That is what that habit does. And then having a 9 to 5, it didn't seem so bad, because last end of the month you get some money. But I haven't had a 9 to 5 in a while, so every money I get has to be accounted for. I told myself, Grace, enough is enough. I've really come a long way, because it took a lot of internal struggle to tell myself enough is enough. You're not going to buy things you don't need, and you're going to curb this habit. I'm just gonna share the things that I did and the things that I'm doing to help me curb this impulsive buying, impulsive spending habits. So the first thing I did, I started to understand myself. I became aware of the fact that I was an impulsive spender, and I took time to talk to myself and say, see, sis, you need to get yourself together. You need to stop buying things on impulse, because one, it's not healthy. Two, it's ruining your finances. And when your finances are ruined, I don't want to say your life is ruined, but it can really set you back and just put you in a very uncomfortable situation. Tip number 2, I took time out to unsubscribe from all the retail stores that usually send me emails, especially when they have sales. Just be gone. If I don't see it, I won't be tempted. Tip number 3, I stopped buying things just to feel good. I stopped buying things as a reward for myself. So maybe I do something, or I hit a milestone, or I, maybe seal a deal or hit a collaboration. I used to take myself out, Yes, it's good to, reward yourself, but you can reward yourself with experiences and not necessarily buying material things. Tip number 4, I got rid of my ATM card. Yes, I picked up my ATM card, I got a scissors, and I chopped that thing to pieces. So the ATM card I got rid of was the one linked to my account that money used to flow in regularly. I just said, nope, if I have access to an ATM card, I would easily like purchase stuff. So I got rid of my ATM card, and I also had to control myself to stop using the short code on my phone. So that's what I did. Tip number 5, I stopped surfing through Instagram unnecessarily and online stores, like websites of stores that I already knew. I mean, if I could unsubscribe from their newsletter, why am I going to look at what they have on their website? On my phone, I would set a screen time, and once I hit a certain amount of time, it just tells me screen time limits reached or something like that, and that's it for the day. With continuous scrolling comes continuous seeing of things that you don't need. So I just cut that off. I also put myself on a shopping restriction, or you can just call it a shopping ban. I started telling myself, no, you're not allowed to get this thing. If it's not a need, a dire need, then you're not allowed to get it. So those are the tips that I put in place to help curb my impulsive spending habits. I just want to share the mantra that I also use. I tell myself that just because it's on sales doesn't mean I should buy it. And I'm getting there, and I don't want anything to set me back. A lot of us are impulsive spenders, and we are not even aware because we just feel like it's normal. We just feel it's what everybody does, like it's no big deal. It's actually a big deal because it can wreck your finances. So always have a list, like a budget, a monthly budget. If you get monthly income, however you get money, always plan it out, and that way it's safer. What I also do is I say, oh, this percentage or this amount of money is for self-care and maybe one item, so I don't cross that threshold anymore. So that's what I just do to help myself. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you're an impulsive spender like me, which I know you are, I hope this video helps you come to realize that it's actually not healthy, and it can really wreck your finances. Guys, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, share, and of course subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.